What's up? Got another Dark and Darker video here for you all. Playing as a fighter in the Goblin Caves, using the same sort of gear as last time. Really quick, if you enjoy this kind of commentary, Dark and Darker content, do subscribe, because I'm going to be making more. Alright, getting in here on the first raid. We spawn next to that room with the Goblin Mage, a few ranged goblins, and all these Goblin Warriors. Kind of like all these little hallways that lead to the rock escape that opens up. So here, I mean, it's a basic room. You just work on killing these Goblin Warriors one by one. Really quick, I do want to mention that the armlet that I bought, I'm using in this video, is actually different from my last video. I bought it on the player market for about 400 gold. All in all, it might not be worth 400 gold. It might be, I don't really know, but it's the end of the playtest, so I figured might as well go wild and buy it that way. So just clearing out, getting headshots on these goblins. Now with the extra physical damage, I think, from that new armlet and other pieces of gear, I can now two-shot the Goblin Warriors in the head with bow. I do like to aggro these one by one, but here I aggro both of them, which is fine. You know, since you have cover in this position, it's okay to aggro both. Kill the Goblin Mage before they even get a chance to get up here, and just looting. I actually forgot to bring in a gold pouch this raid again, kicking myself for that. If you don't know, you can bring in a gold pouch that holds 50 gold. So if you ever find gold coins, you can just stack them up in the pouch and save inventory space. Find a blue surgical kit here, which is kind of strange. I almost never find surgical kits, I feel like, and now I have 3 in my inventory. That's more than enough. Almost never use them anyway, you know? They just take too long, usually, and I forget. But I don't even know if, like, the blue quality surgical kits heal more, because, like, a normal surgical kit should just be, like, a full heal, I think, but I don't know, let me know down in the comments if you know, like, if the rarity of surgical kits change the efficiency of them. Trying to think about where I want to go. I kind of want to stay on the second floor instead of going down the stairs, just because I feel like I find more players that way. A lot more players spawn on the second floor on the edges. So I'm just looting these chests, breaking these pots, trying to get everything I can. Pick up that stiletto, even though it's not really that good. You know, like, that's probably not going to sell on the player market. I'm probably not going to use it. Kinda eh. Probably should just drop it, but oh well. Back here in, like, this dark corner, if you go around here and go around the corner, there's a treasure spawn and a skeleton corpse you can loot. It's a little hidden spot. It's so dark back there. Go in here trying to look for players, because I know players spawn near this room, but I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. All the mobs are still alive. I could clear that out, but since it's so close to the circle, I decided to just leave. Going over here, still trying to look for players and clear towards the circle, if you will. Go over here and I throw this archer that breaks open the door with their flaming arrows, and I kill the death beetle that aggroes too. Those red skeletons shoot 2 arrows instead of just 1, so I'm kind of got my my peeking a little off there. I probably should have just waited for each arrow, for 2 arrows instead of 1. I see a player, shoot them once, and then my other arrow gets stuck in the flying axe and just kind of floats there. But it would have hit if those wall axes weren't there. Continuing on, I just heal up and figure I'll smash these pots. Thought I heard some footsteps, but I kind of chill out here. I think it's actually just the skeleton champion down there though, walking around. I don't want to deal with that. It's not a player, so move on. I could chase after that person, and here I'm still trying to figure out if those footsteps were a player or not. Could chase after that player, and I'm thinking about it, but I'll check right in here first to see if there's any players in here. This is the rounded square room with the Goblin Mage in the middle and Goblin Warriors. I just leave it though. There's no one in there. It's not been cleared out, so open up this chest. Get a wee bit more treasure. And just moving on. In the top right of the screen, you can see that 3 people have died so far. That means that there's about 7 people, including me. There's only 10 people in the Goblin Caves, so -3 to that, including yourself. Here's some footsteps in the darkness here with the spiders. And I see like a little clarity potion hanging out in the darkness, so I shoot it once. And this person's like zipping around in the shadows. It's a barbarian. They scream at me. I sprint just to kind of get some more space. Then I jump in, try to hit them, and I strike them before their battle axe strike hits me. I hear like an arrow landing over there, so I'm watching out for that. Loot up this barbarian quick. They just had kind of base gear, but a little bit of treasure, so it was worth it. Hear a potion being pulled out from that same spot. Decide I'll go check it out. I can take this fight. And it's here that I'm realizing that, yeah, that person's actually under me, and I see a little particle effect there on my screen that tells me that, yeah, they're probably under me there. They're not on the same level. I see this person, though, another barbarian. I drink a shield potion just because I don't want to be so close to our barbarian without a shield potion and no ranged. But they back off. I hit them once, they hit me once, but because I shielded, their throwing axe didn't actually do any damage. I know they're hurt because I hit them with an arrow. They're running away, so I chase after them with sprint active. I think they're hanging around this corner, but they're not. They're just continuing running, so pull out my bow to see if I can get a cheeky arrow. They jump across. Here's someone below me too, casting spells. That barbarian just kind of left. I know that I can clothesline them though if I go right here. It's the only place that they could be. But kind of thinking about it, maybe I'll check over here first. I don't need to chase after barbarian like that. See a blue portal here? I get hit by a wall spike. It's a shame, but I decided to open up the portal before anything because I can always run back straight to this portal and get out if I get in a bad spot. Heal up from the wall spike, and I hear someone breaking pots earlier there to my left, so I check it out. There's this person running out from the zone. They have a crossbow in hand. They shoot me once. I shoot them once. They pull back. I second wind. Didn't really need to second wind, but I did so anyway. And they don't parry my strike. I get under it and kill them. They have a lot of gold for me. Again, I wish I brought in a gold pouch, because then I could fit a lot more of this gold and a lot more of this stuff in my inventory, but oh well. You know, it's not the end of the world that I miss out on, like, a little bit of gold. You know. They also have a blue surgical kit again, so I dropped my other surgical kit for the blue one. Then I have 2 blue surgical kits this raid. Decide to, you know, I'm looking at my inventory, it's kind of full. I decided to get out. That's the first raid down. Just a few kills, a lot of treasure. Going over here to the collector to sell everything. And make a good size gold, honestly. Alright, heading here into the second raid. Finding a little spot in the shadows to sit in. Kind of looking around, I don't see any geared players in this lobby. Alright, but I honestly really like watching out for anyone wearing, you know, plate armor or other big gear in the lobbies, so if I meet them in the raid, then I know what they have. Alright, getting in here. I spawn in this rounded square room, like with rock walls, with this goblin mage and all the goblin warriors about. Decide, since there's 3 of the goblin warriors there, I'll just bait one over with an arrow, reload my quiver, and kind of finish this one off. I like to clear this room in kind of a circle shape, usually, because it's so rounded and there's just enemies and chests and loot around the edge and then some in the middle, but decide here to shoot the goblin mage in the middle, just because if a player rolls up, I don't want that aggroing on me and doing, like, you know, half my health in an attack cast if it does that, you know? So to be safe, I clear out the middle here, just so we have a clear sort of PvP ground. And just killing these goblin warriors. This room's really simple because the goblin mage is the only thing with a ranged attack, so if you bring in a bow, you can kind of clear it super easily with all the goblin warriors. You just shoot them in the head a few times before they even get to you, and super easy. You don't even have to engage in melee if you don't really want to in this room. I also find a ring underneath that broken down wagon over there. I didn't actually know I could spawn there. That's a pretty cool little spot to check. It's a blue ring. Not bad. Could have taken that spell book, but I just said I don't want to. It is nearing the end of the playtest during my recordings here, so like, you know, I don't want to spend that much time on the player market, you know, selling items or acquiring items. Here I fight both of these at the same time, take a hit for it, not so bad. I have plenty of meds to deal with it, so I don't really care. Here's some, like, something breaking on my right there. You in there again. Thinking about going over there. The circle's good for this room, so I know I can stay and loot all the chests and all those stuff if I really want to. And if you notice, I did actually bring in a gold pouch this raid. So I actually remembered this time to bring in an empty gold pouch to fill it with coins. Good thing I did. It's definitely something you should do if you have a lot of gear. Bring in a gold pouch or two and really just free up your inventory. Especially as a solo player, you know, like you don't have a team to fit all the loot, so I often leave things behind because my inventory is just too full. If you're playing in like a duo or a trio, it's much easier to fill. Here I find a Hound Skull helmet, which is actually pretty good. It gives +1 physical damage, 2 knowledge. It'd be good for like a cleric. And I open up this and I do a double take on those gloves. Those are really good gloves. Those are +2 damage and 1 strength. My other gauntlets only give me +2 strength, so I decided to switch them out. Even though I'm losing out on 1 strength from the heavy gauntlet, I think it's worth the trade for 2 physical damage. So I switch, you can see them in the top right. And here, just moving on, I kind of have my inventory filled with, you know, those 2 blue items now, so I'm thinking to just get the rest full of treasure. I'm not going to take any more gear if I can help it. I kind of do that often. I take too much gear and I hoard it all in my stash and in my inventory. Here's some footsteps coming by here, and all this stuff is dead. There's a dead rogue there. And it's a ranger that baits this archer over there. I shoot them, I think. I hit them through that wooden post. And they finish off that thing, that little goblin archer, in the same room as the first raid, and I decide I really want to chase them down. Because they're running away. I hear them keeping walking. They hit a spike trap on the floor. Shoot once, shoot twice, and I miss both. They close the door in time. I open it immediately. I want to keep chasing them. They prepare. They try to shoot me. I shoot them once and they go down easy. Poor ranger. They just had kind of base kit, but some nice golden treasure for me. Fill up that gold pouch. Don't really have anything I else want to take. No. I believe. I hear some footsteps where I came from over here. Still a little damaged. I want to heal up. They're coming at me. They're a longsword fighter. My brethren. And my second wind here, I didn't really need to, again, but I just kind of did it as like a threat, or to even bait them into fighting me. They hit me once, they missed the other attack, and I stabbed them, and they're down. It was 1 arrow, 1 stab, I think, and I finished them off. Didn't really have much. They're kind of like hoarding all the swords and shields on their inventory like me. I like to do that a lot too. Here I'm just checking up. They actually had a pretty good bow, that fighter, and I take that. That pot right there actually isn't there. It's a glitch that was happening a lot during this playtest, where a breakable object is there on my screen, but on anyone else's or on the person who broke it, that pot isn't there at all. Just a little known glitch that happens. It also happens on the runes map with the wooden barricades, and you can kind of just like phase through it if it's already broken on someone else's screen but not yours. It looks really glitchy, but I don't know. I think it's because of the instability of the servers this playtest. Walk over here and I hear a sword being brought out. So I think there's someone here, and there is. It's a knight with a long sword again, my brethren in the Goblin Caves. They crouch, I shoot them once, shoot them twice, they close the door. I want to chase after them here. They use their second wind and get away. I know that means that they're probably half health from my arrows, but they've healed it off by now. Here, I drink up a shield potion and decide to push them here. They have their bow out, though, which is good for me. I actually stab their chest here right when they go to block. And 3 hits is all it takes to take them down. I'm not even really that damaged. Yeah, there I kind of aimed down. I don't know if that helps block, like not go into the blockable zone for the longsword, but I do it anyway here. And they actually have some pretty good gear. The Lightfoot boots, the longsword, and the pendant are all pretty good. For some reason, I don't take the pendant. I think it just slipped my mind. I could have dropped, like, you know, a small piece of treasure for that pendant, and it probably would have been more worth for loot. Here, I'm kind of, like, looking for a portal, you know. I really don't think that there's anyone else in this raid at this point. My inventory is full. But if there is, I'm down to take a last fight in the last circle, you know. I'm kind of listening out. I go over here because that's where the zone has now moved in, sort of, you know. Don't hear anyone. Don't hear anyone. Still looking around. Decided to check this rogue. Don't really have anything. They have a blue tunic, but I can't fit that in my inventory. Check this, like, openable rock escape. It's not open yet. I think it opens towards the end of the raid. Don't really know, though. I heard a rumor that there was a switch for it that opens it, but I don't know if that's true either. So yeah, I'm looking for a portal. Look down there, check over there. There's not really much. Decide to walk back. Kind of recheck everything. At this point, I'm basically convinced there's no one else in this raid. I haven't heard them take a single step. Trying to look for a portal that's maybe hiding in the zone, and open up this door to kind of like connect the circle I've been walking in. So I can always jump to the right there. So looking for a portal. I could have maybe searched around for more treasure, but oh well. There's a portal opens in this room. Kind of like right on the person I killed too. Pretty handy. Since there's nothing else for me here, I just decide to take it. That's the second raid down. Going in here to the collector to sell all my treasure. I got, I found a gold pouch and I brought in a gold pouch, so I actually got a lot more gold than it looks like I did here. And I got 339 gold in those 2 raids. And I also got some extra gear in the form of those gloves, that hound skull, and some ring I found. The gloves are really good and I switched it out, and the hound skull could probably sell, for sure. Overall, pretty good. I actually ended up going to the Goblin Merchant and gambling twice, and I got 2 purple items, so I add those to the extra gear here. Pretty good. The bow is definitely usable with +1 all attributes, and the helm is just okay. Don't gamble on the Goblin Merchant much, but when I do, you know, I have extra money. Alright, and that's the end of the video here. I really hope you enjoyed. Do check out my other videos and subscribe if you want some more. I definitely got more footage to make more videos, so that's it. Thanks.